Hey guys, Dennis Sheffield here, and want to talk to that young professional male. Maybe you are just at the beginning of your career, or you maybe have some things. You may be pretty much established in your career to the point to where now you can solidify, your value to both your company and your industry. And we see a lot of things happening. I mean, we look at those who are professionals in government. With the government having a furlough, now you have that interruption in terms of your income. My professional career extends over 40 years, right? I mean, I had success in telecommunications with AT&T and T and Pacific Bell. I mean, I had my own real estate agency. I even did financial services where we did mortgage financing and a variety of different things. In each one of those careers, there was a beginning and an end. And between that little space there, the finances wasn't coming in. So sometimes I had some reserves, sometimes I didn't. But what I want to talk about is that the necessity to have additional income, I like to say independent income of your career, because your career is going to do what it does. And it's a beautiful thing if you go straight through without any interruptions. Again, 40 years of a professional career. Yeah, I experienced a few interruptions. But again, for the most part, what happens is that if you depend on your career as your primary source of income, or sometimes even your only source of income, and when you have those interruptions, then sometimes it can create a snowball effect, get behind on bills, what have you, credit rates goes down, all those types of things. So I want to talk about the importance of having a business, not a side hustle, but a legitimate business that can generate you some passive income. And of course, this is income you don't have to work for the most part. You put some things in place, you kind of monitor it. It's just like, if you have in corporate America and government, they talk about, you have a framework, where you have business tools and systems and processes, and you can manage those to ensure you're getting the results that desire. And you can measure that to make sure that if it isn't happening, then you can look at the little nuances and say, okay, here's where we need to tweak at or make an improvement. And so when we talk about that, position yourself that way, with technology and all the things that's going on, I got to tell you, in this online business space, that is where you want to be. And here's why. Because as you know, we talk about World Wide Web, being online, that's, the whole world. And so you can put a business online and it is being marketed throughout the world. So therefore, it's being marketed 24/7. And once you set up these business systems, we talk about, and what I'm going to want to share with you again, if you go to makedigitalprofits.com, profits without the S.com, I'm going to share with you a business guide. And in that guide, it's going to show you how to put these business systems in place. So when we talk about automations, again, you don't have to be there. You got a business working for you 24/7. I like to say, like little salespeople working for you 24/7. Then we have payment systems. So you don't have to be there to take a person's credit information to make a sale. Payment systems allow that to happen automatic. So when we talk about putting these types of business systems in place with an online structured business, then you are in a position that you don't have to be there 24/7, which means what? You still can focus on your career, whatever that is. You can focus on your career, making sure that you're gaining some headways in that. But if you have a little interruptions, whether it's government doing a furlough, whether it's changing careers, or not even so much changing careers, but going from one company to another, and there's that little interruption, you still have income coming in, and I like to say passive income. So here's what I want to suggest that you do just to get this information. Go to makedigitalprofit.com, leave your email, and again, check your spam and your promotions, because sometimes information goes to those folders by default. But you want to check your spam and promotion folders. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you this guide. This guide is going to talk about how to create an online business, creating that thing that work. I'm sorry, creating the frame structure, with the systems and the business tools where you can monitor that. And more importantly, when you have, as opposed to a side hustle, when you have a legitimate business, then you can feel comfortable about, hey, promoting that business, comfortable about, it's not going to have a negative impact on your reputation. So again, makedigitalprofits.com, leave your email. Of course, check your spam folders and your promotional folders. And again, I'm going to send you this business guide. It's a guide to creating an online business. And again, as I stated, once you put things in place, with systems and processes, I mean, you can just look at this thing, every now and then just to make sure the wheel is turning. And then we're going to show you also, so once the business is set up, then I'm going to share with you a marketing plan. And this marketing plan is going to, again, give you systems that you can utilize, you can put in place. And if done right over a period of time, I'm not going to say it's going to happen from day one, but if you put it in place and it's done right, we do the necessary tweaking, you can make 10K in 30 days. And also, if you decide to move forward, and this is just information, so you're going to look at this information, it's going to share with you the things that you can do to put an online business in place. Then, if you decide to move forward, what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to give you an hour of coaching. And what that's designed to do is to help you avoid, the mistakes, the pitfalls that people who are new in this industry oftentimes make. So basically, you're going to have this guide that's going to show you A, B, and C, how to set up a business, how to put automations in place, how to create funnels when people go to, like I'm directing you to go to MakeDigitalProfits.com. When people go there, you can have the information and you can continue to market to them, because sometimes people may go there and they get information, they want to think about it, but over a period of time, you share additional information with them. And oftentimes, I always say, it's always about timing. I mean, now as I'm recording this podcast, I mean, the government has shut down, and they say they may be back up, or they actually don't really know when they may be back up. But again, if you're professional in government and that's your primary source of income or your only source of income, and when the government shuts down, then that can have a major impact. So what this business plan is going to do, is going to show you how to, again, set up an online business. Doesn't interfere with your professional career, but you just have that independent income coming in to help offset, if you're in the government, times like you may be experiencing now. So, and again, with that, as I said, I'm going to give you a marketing plan. So again, we're going to show you how to set up an online business, and again, it's pretty much ABC. This thing is I like to say, it's a turnkey, right? You just followed ABC 1, 2, 3, and your business is set up, again, with systems and processes and the necessary tools that you need. And then we're going to come and show you how to market that business, because it's one thing to have the business set up. It's another thing to market the business. Back in my day, they used to say, you can have the greatest mousetrap, but if no one knows about it, then what good is it, right? So again, we're going to show you how to set that business up, and then we're going to show you how to market that business. And again, we're going to give you the tools and the process to market the business that is done right. And I'm not going to say it's going to happen in the first 30 days, but again, let's just say in the first 30 days, you make an additional 4,000, 5,000, or even maybe just 1,000, 2,000, but again, you're going to have a system in place that's going to be working for you 24 hours, 24/7, and it's not going to require you to be there. And that's a beautiful thing. So again, as I said, my professional career extends over 40 years. If someone has shared this with me at the beginning of my career, then again, those interruptions wouldn't have been as impactful. And again, you have a variety of interruptions. You have interruptions in the workspace, whether you get furloughed, whether you're changing from one company to another, and then you have your personal interruptions as well. If you know my story, at the age of 60, I had my second divorce. And I call these, these are just life curveballs. They happen from time to time. And of course, they do have other impacts. But the main thing is you don't want them to have that financial impact, because that usually just create a whole snowball of other issues. So again, guys, I wanted to make this short and sweet. So go to MakeDigitalProfits.com, profit without the S.com. Put your email in there. I'm going to send you a copy of both my business what we call my business guide to create an online business, as well as my marketing plan. So as I always say, you guys be good, and we see you on the inside. Peace.